Hello everybody! Happy Art Day! Welcome to Freakin' Art. My name's Anastasia and I'm so happy you decided to stop by and make some art with me today. Now, we have a really wonderful holiday coming up. That's right, next weekend's Valentine's Day. Now, we might not be able to see our friends and family that we love in person this year, but we could still let them know how much we love them with a really special pop-up heart card. That's right, today we're going to learn how to make a simple but super cool pop-up heart card. It's a sure way to let your friends and family that you love know that you're still thinking about them. Now for today's class, we're going to need some colored paper. I'm going to be using some pink and red paper. You might also want some fun pattern paper so you can add some extra hearts to your pop-up heart card to make it extra special. We're also going to be using some scissors, a glue stick, and a pencil or a pen. Now before we start, let's take some deep breaths and do a little stretch so we can feel really relaxed and focused on our artwork. Are you ready? Everybody breathe in and breathe out. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Now let's roll our shoulders back. And can you roll them forward? And let's interlace our fingers and stretch out our arms and our hands. Ooh. Oh, that felt good. Now I feel really focused and ready to go. I hope you are too. Now to start, we're going to take our colored piece of paper. Now I'm using two different colors. You can always use the same color, but you do want two different pieces of paper because one's going to be the outside of your card and one's going to be the inside. Now you can do a rectangle by just using a full sheet of paper. Or you can do a square by cutting down your full sheet of paper so it's a long rectangle, and when you fold it in half, it looks close to a square. We'll do both so you can see which one you like the best, okay? So I'm going to start with just using a full sheet of paper. Now remember, if you don't have some fun, funky colored paper around the house, don't let it get you down. You can always use regular white paper and just paint it. So first I'm going to decide what color I want to be on the inside and what color I want to be on the outside. I think I'm going to use the pink on the inside. So I'm going to take my rectangle here, my full sheet of paper, and fold it in half. So I'm folding it in half like this. So I'm putting the short edges together here. And you want to make sure you get the corners matching up, which sometimes can be tricky, so you can always ask for help. Okay, I've got my corners matching up and I have my inside, my pink paper, fold it in half. I'm just going to put my outside to the side here. Now, if you want, you could trim a little bit of the edges off so your inside piece of paper has a little bit of border from the outside. But we'll start by just cutting off a little bit. It doesn't have to be straight. You could make it wavy and then this edge would be wavy. Let's try that. So I'm just gonna cut with my folded piece of paper here, my folds in the middle. I'm just gonna cut a little bit off the outside. I'm gonna go for a little bit of a wave so it looks extra special. Now remember, you don't have to do this. This is optional if you want to see that border of the outside of your card when you open it. Okay, so I have this little bumpy line going along the outside. That's what it looks like when I open it. Now it's folded again. Now we're going to draw half a heart. Now you could always trace the heart if you're worried that your heart's not going to look good enough, but I'm sure it's going to look great. So I'm going to take my folded piece of paper, and now on the folded edge, it's going to be right here. Now again, this would be easier if you're doing it flat down. I'm going to do it up here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to use a pen so you can see what I'm doing, but maybe use a pencil so you don't have to worry about that mark coming through on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to draw half a heart, and I want it somewhere in the center here. Okay, here's my half the heart. Now I'm going to draw a little mark right here because I'm going to cut out most my heart, but not the whole heart, so it pops out. See, it's cut out most of the way here, and then there's a little bit left here. Or on this one, there's a little bit left here. So I'm going to put a little line where to stop cutting so I don't cut the whole thing out. Okay, so now we have our guide, and I'm going to cut along here to this line and then cut along this side to this line, okay? And don't worry if you can't cut exactly on the line. This part's going to be on the inside. So now I have a heart that's cut out, but still attached. Let's see. And luckily, when I close my piece of paper this time, it's not popping out. Okay, so there's my inside. Now I'm going to take my outside piece of paper, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring those short sides, these shorter sides together, try to match up the corners. And you can always ask for help from an adult or a big sister or big brother. Or just not stress about it too much and just do the best you can, because it's going to look great no matter what. Okay, so I have the corners matching up, and I'm just doing a good fold here. It's a little bit off, but that's okay. So this is the outside of my card. Now, we're going to put some glue on the back of the inside of our card. Now you might have seen this was folded like this, and then to pop out the heart I just folded it the opposite way on paper. So I'm going to take the back of my card here, and that's easy for me to tell because I have this big black mark. I'm going to put glue on it. Now I'm going to put glue all along the edge here. I'm going to go around the edge of the heart as well. Don't put any on the actual heart though. Maybe put a couple dots here. So first we're going to take that glue stick and go all around the outside like we're tracing it with our glue stick here. And then again we'll go on the outside here. And then I'm just going to put a little extra, like a little X here on each corner so I know it's going to stick real good. So now I have my outside of my card. And I'm going to take the inside of my card and I'm going to match up those fold lines right in the center. Now I'm just going to smooth the inside piece of paper down to the outside piece of paper. And since I cut off a little bit of that edge, you can see that pretty purple color showing through. And look at that, we got a real simple pop-up card. Now you can decorate this however you want. We can cut out another heart to put on the outside. We can put some more hearts on the inside. So let's go ahead and cut out some hearts and make it look extra fancy. So I'm going to take a piece of paper. Let's see. We're just going to go with a plain pink heart. And again, you can draw on it first, or you can just cut it out. So I'll put my card to the side so I don't accidentally get marks on it, because that's definitely something I would do. Okay, so I have my folded piece of paper here, and I'm going to do another half a heart. And then I'm going to cut this out. Ta-da! My hearts are kind of tall and skinny today, but that's okay. It will look really nice on the outside of my card. So I'm going to take my glue stick and put a little bit of glue on the outside. Remember, we don't usually have to put it all over the back. And then I'm going to stick my heart right there in the center of the front. And just smooth it down with my fingers. Doesn't that look nice? And now I got a pop-up. Now you can put as many hearts on the inside as you want. On this one, I cut out a lot of hearts. I put an extra heart in the center. And this one I just cut out a couple. But I'll go ahead and put this to the side and I'll show you how to make the square one. It's the same thing, but now you'll have two, so you can send it to two different people you love. For the square heart, I have this long rectangular piece of paper. You would just want to think if I folded this rectangle in half that it's going to be a square. So you can either cut down a regular sized piece of paper or ask for some help. I like the square, but it's not that big of a deal. You could do whatever shape you want. You could probably even do a heart in a heart. Maybe we should do that. So this is going to be the outside of my card. So again, I'm going to fold up the short edges here so they meet. I'm trying to get each corner to touch here. And I'm doing a really nice crease on there. So this is going to be the outside of my square card. The inside, I'm going to use this really bright pink. I'm doing the same thing. I'm matching up the short edges together. So I'm taking the two short edges and kissing them together. And I'm just matching up those corners. So I got both pieces of paper just folded in half. Now again, I want to have a little bit of a border showing. So last time I did a little squiggly line. This time I think I'll just cut it straight. So I'm taking the folded piece and I'm just cutting off maybe like my finger width on three sides. Not on the fold, just around. Okay, so I'm thinking like my finger width. And if you want, you could actually measure it with the ruler and draw lines, but I don't think it needs to be exact. It's just so you can see a little bit of that outside color of your card. So now I have two squares. One's a little bit smaller than the other one. Got a little wonky edge there. Okay. Now again, I have my folded piece of paper for the inside, and I'm going to put the fold part right here on the top so I can draw my heart. And if you have a heart to trace, like a cookie cutter or something, you could always put it so the tip of the heart and the indent from the top lines up here if you're worried about the shape of your heart. But I'm going to draw my half a heart. There we go, I got half a heart. Now remember, I need it to be attached, so I have to have a place where I'm going to stop cutting. So I'm going to draw a line, 2 lines there, so I'm going to stop cutting right there. So that's where my heart's going to be attached to pop out. So I'm going to cut right here and cut right here, but not cut right there. So here we go. And I stopped. And I stopped. Okay. So now I have my heart, and I'm going to fold along that fold line on the heart, going the other way. Oh no! Now this is just so it actually pops out when you open the card. So, close it, and then open. Okay, so now I'm going to put some glue on the back of my inside of my card. And again, I'm going to go around the heart like I'm tracing it with the glue, but not on the heart, not on the part that pops out, just on this outside edge here. Okay, and then I'm going along the edges. And then maybe I'll put a little bit here. So I'm just going to do an X. So I know that my inside of my card is going to stick real good to the outside. So I have my outside of my card. The fold there. So this would fold in. Now I'm going to match up my inside, this fold mark here, with the outside. And now I'm going to smooth down my inside of my card. And you can keep the pieces of paper the same size, you just wouldn't see that little border. So, artist choice. It's your artwork and it should look like your artwork. But now we have our basic pop-up card. Now you can add whatever hearts you want. So I'm going to cut out a really funky tie-dyed heart from the friend, for the friend. I'm not going to draw it because I think you got that part down right now. But I am going to fold it in half, so it's a good trick so each side looks the same. It's the same width. Okay, now I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. Again, I'm going around the outside edge. I'm putting a little bit in the middle. And smoothing her down. And now maybe I want to put a little heart on top of the pop-up heart. So again, I'm folding my paper in half so it's going to be the same on each side, and I'm just cutting out a little heart. That looks nice. I'll put a little bit of glue on the back of this. That looks nice, huh? Maybe I'll do a couple more little ones on the inside because I really love this tie-dye paper. It's really pretty. So you can cut out as many hearts as you want. You could put stickers all over it. I mean, it's your card for somebody you love, so you should do what makes you happy and what you think looks the best. There's no wrong or right way. This is just an easy way to make a really cool card to brighten the day of somebody that you love. So I got 2 little hearts. I'm going to put some glue on the back of that. There we go. We got a really nice Valentine's Day card. I can send one to my mom and my dad, and I think they'll be really happy. Well, I would love to see the cards that you make. See if you went with the rectangle or the square. So please take a photo or send me a card. That would make my day. And if you like today's class, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. It really helps me continue to create these fun, free art classes for you on the internet. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this class and now have some really nice cards to send to your friends to say Happy Valentine's Day. Well, I'll see you guys next week, okay?